Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have no makeup on and my hair is damp because I am just getting ready for the day, and I'm going to be doing a foundation review for you guys today. It is about like 12:30 in the afternoon, so it's a little bit later in the day, but I don't have to work until 4 today. So I'm getting ready a little bit later than normal, but I've been wanting to do a review on this foundation for a while, so I decided I would go ahead and do that today for you guys. So today we're going to be talking about the new Tarte Clay Stick foundation that everyone is just going crazy over right now. I know there's probably a ton of reviews out there, but I thought mine could be a little bit different for you because my skin is freaking out. As you can see, I have more oily skin, and this past couple weeks I've just had major breakouts on my chin. So we're gonna really put this to the test and see if it works for if you have acne prone skin, if you have dark spots to cover up, and see how it does. So this foundation is currently available wherever Tarte is sold right now. It has 12 shades and it retails for $39, and you do get 0.32 ounces, which kind of throws some people off. They're thinking they're not getting very much product, but that's pretty standard for a stick foundation because the product is more like compact in here. So since the product is so compact in here, you don't need to use as much as you would a liquid. So you essentially, this will probably last just as long as a liquid foundation for you, but it seems like it might be not very much because most foundations do have at least an ounce, but with stick foundations they're usually about 0.3, 0.5-ish around there. But I got the color Fair Beige. I've used it a few times, so this isn't necessarily a first impressions, but I just kind of wanted to get a feel for the foundation and know what is the best way to apply it and what works the best. So let's go ahead and start applying. So the first thing I always do is to put a primer on. I'm not going to use a normal primer. I'm just going to use my Smashbox Primer Water. I like to use this when I'm doing foundation reviews because I feel like it doesn't really mess with the foundation as much, but I do like to just have a little bit of something. So I am going to spray this on. And for the foundation, my favorite way to apply it is with a beauty blender, so I will be using that today. I feel like it really helps blend the product a lot more, and with a brush I feel like it gets a little bit streaky, so I do like to use a beauty blender. And what I like to do with stick foundations, I'll just literally start applying it straight to the face, just draw some lines so we can get enough coverage. I'm going to do extra coverage down here since I have so much going on with my skin. So that looks about good. And then once you look really crazy, you can go in with your beauty blender and just start blending this out. Of course, you don't have to use a beauty blender, like any makeup sponge is fine, but I just prefer it like this over a brush because it gives a more flawless finish. And the color's not too bad, it just looks a tiny bit light, but once we get our bronzer on, it'll look pretty good. And the coverage is pretty decent. It doesn't cover everything up completely, but we can definitely try to maybe build it up a little bit and see if we can cover a little bit more onto those spots. So yeah, you can still see through my acne on the bottom. Most of these are just marks that I need to cover up, so I'm going to add just a little bit more onto that area. I like that it's more of a glowy finish, so then it doesn't get cakey when you do add more layers, which is great. So let's see if this helps a little. Okay, so I put on the second layer and I still could see a little bit of my acne showing through, so I did go ahead and use my finger to spot conceal those spots because I feel like my finger just really covered that a lot better. So now I look pretty covered. It's definitely buildable. I would say it's more of a medium coverage, and my lips look so crazy right now. I got too much foundation on my lips, but yeah, it looks so far so good. I'm a little bit pale, but once we get all of our makeup on, I think it'll be better. But I'm going to close up for you guys so you can see the finish. Bumped my brightness down just a bit so you guys can see that it did cover pretty good, and it gave me a glow. So, I mean, a glow is nice, but I'm just a little bit worried because I do have more oily skin. I haven't tested this foundation for like an all-day wear through work and everything, so I'm kind of worried that it might get oily. But it looks really pretty upon first application. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, here's the makeup look I'll be wearing today. I got to play with my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, which I'm obsessed with right now. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys the finished look and what I'm going to be wearing today and testing it out with. I did set with a powder because I have to, just because my skin is oily. I do that with every foundation, just a translucent powder. So it is about 1:20 right now. So I'm going to see you guys in a few hours before I go to work. And then I will check back at the end of the day and see how it is looking on my face. So I will update you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so it's been a couple hours now and I'm here to check in and see how the foundation is looking. I'm about to head to work. It's about 3:30, so I've had it on a couple hours, a little bit longer. But so far, so good. I do see myself getting a little dewy, but it's not like overly so that I need to blot or anything like that. I think it looks pretty good. I might do like a mattifying powder before I go, just because I'm like always super paranoid about looking oily or greasy, but so far it actually looks pretty good and not too bad. I actually like how it looks. It gives me a nice little summery glow. Zoom in so you guys can see. Yeah, I can see a little bit of my acne marks peeking through, but it's really not too bad. That usually happens with foundations. They don't usually stay unless I have actual like concealer over them, so it's not really too bad. Foundation does look a little weird around my pores. I do have larger pores in my T-zone, so I see them kind of sinking in, but it doesn't look bad unless I'm like super close up. But here's kind of how it's looking. Pretty good. So yeah, I will see you guys in a few hours. Alright guys, I'm going to do my final check-in now. It is about 8:30, so I've had the foundation on for a decent amount of time that I would normally do in a normal work day. So far, it really doesn't look too bad. It's just a little bit oily on my face. I haven't powdered at all or blotted at all since I've been at work, and this is just kind of how it looks, and it's not too bad, really. It is a little bit dewy, but not horrible. Around my chin, as you can see, my breakouts are definitely showing a lot more, so I would definitely need to conceal those a little bit better. And if you do have breakouts, you're probably going to want to use a separate concealer with this foundation because it's not like super full coverage. It's not too bad. It's broken up a little bit on my chin and around my nose, which is pretty typical for foundations, but everywhere else it looks pretty good. My blush, bronzer, and highlight still looks good with it, so overall I'm pretty impressed with it. I would say it is a decent foundation if you guys are looking for something more medium coverage, maybe lighter. For me, I'd probably use this on a day when I'm a little bit more cleared up, just because I don't like how it looks by itself with having acne and stuff like that. It does get a little bit shiny, so I mean, it's not my favorite for summertime. I feel like I would like it better like maybe fall, winter time comes around and I'm not like sweating my butt off outside and then not moving my makeup everywhere. But overall, I think it's a decent foundation. I think it's pretty good for me. I have combination oily skin, so if you guys are similar, maybe you guys would like it. Just keep in mind that it's more of a medium coverage. So yes, that's gonna be it for my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.